Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be showing you how I track my manga, how I prioritize new releases, and just overall budget to make sure I get exactly what I want that month and don't just go crazy and buy everything. I did see someone else do this. I saw M3L seriously do it, but she does hers digitally, and that doesn't work for me. I put mine down on paper. It works better for me that way, and I can keep track of everything that I actually want. But if you prefer a digital way, you can go check out her video. But yeah, let's just get started. So first off here, I thought I would show you my lists of what I am currently collecting. So over here, I have my completed series that I am currently collecting. And as a personal rule, I only let myself have 10 completed series that I'm currently collecting. If I want to start any more completed series, I have to finish one of them. So right now I only have 8 completed series I'm currently collecting, so I do have room to add a couple more if I need to or want to. And over here I just have my ongoing manga I'm currently collecting. I think I have about 30 of these right now. I don't limit myself, but maybe I might have to start because it does get a little bit crazy. And then I do have another page of those. I do have some more that I need to add on there, and then I have another page just to let me expand, just in case I need it. I probably will, let's be honest. But yeah, so that's just how I track my manga of what I'm currently buying, so series I'm currently buying, and see how far behind on things I am, and stuff like that. Next we have my new release pages. So these are for January and February, and as you can see they are quite bright. So they're quite bright and they do look a little bit crazy, but I do have a rhyme and a reason for everything I do on this page. So let's just zoom in on January for a little bit. So we have my top priority, my medium priority, my new series, and my what I got this month. And as you can see, my top priority is actually filled in purple, which means I got it in February because purple is my colour for February, and they are down in my what I got this month list for February. I didn't have much money left over after I had been catching up with December releases and blah blah blah. I got a lot in January because it was Christmas, got Christmas money, blah blah. So yeah, so that's basically that. So for my top priority, these are the things that I must have this month or next month. Sometimes I do have to wait because the prices aren't great on that month they release. They can be a little bit more expensive, and you might think, oh, $1 or $2 here and there for manga, but it really does add up when you buy as much manga as I do. So I do try to wait to get a really good price. And then under that I have my medium releases. So if I've got my top priority, I've got money left over, I will go on to my medium releases. So as you can see, I got Dreaming Sun. That was my top priority for February out of my list that I have. So I do even prioritize in my list of top priorities and medium priorities. And then I haven't got anything in my low priority yet. As you can see, there's mint green filled in as well. We'll get into that later. And so I've done the exact same thing. As you can see, I've actually bought a new release in February. That was important to me. I really wanted to buy that. I love that series. I wanted to give it a go. But you can also see that I haven't bought one of my top priorities. I couldn't wait, and I ended up reading it online. I know it's bad, and now I've decided to wait to buy that one for when the 11th volume comes out, which is not that far away, at this stage it's like a month away from releasing, so I'm just going to wait on that one. But yeah, so usually I would have bought it, but I was weak and read online, and yeah. So it's not a top priority for me. I would say it's a medium priority. If I had extra money, I would buy it. And so yeah, let's move on to the next page, which is the current month, really. So now let's get into more of how I pick my manga. So I write down everything that's coming out in March, and then I prioritize it into lists. So for me, my top priorities for March are Beast of Abigail, Horimiya, Kiss Me at the Stroke of Midnight, and then Waiting for Spring. So if I only had $75 to spend on manga, that's what I'd look at. I'd look at there first, nowhere else, right there. Unless I had ones from the previous ones, like Yona of the Dawn, though I've already mentioned that I'm not planning on buying that, and I would put that before I would put these ones. But luckily I have enough money, and I don't need to just focus on these ones for my budget for March, and I can move down to my medium priority if I want to. And I also have some new series. As you can see, one I've already started. It was a high priority series for me, and so is Mermaid Boys, so I really want to get those two. But I also think about next month's budget. So let's just say I have a big budget for March, and I can buy everything on my list. I can buy everything on that I will still really need on my February, and then I can buy my extras, which I'll get into in a minute. But my budget for April is so small, but my list of top priorities for April is so long. Yeah, it is quite long actually. I would think about that. So that's why I like to plan at least a month in advance. So I could say I have got a lot of months to spend. I've got a lot of money to spend this month. My amount of money changes monthly. Just yours might not, mine does. So I look at this and I go, okay, I might be only able to buy 3 volumes of manga next month. I've got a lot of stuff that I need to buy, I've got a lot of skincare, I've got a lot of things I need, and I just can't be spending a lot of money on manga. So what I would do is I would think about next month's manga in March. So I know that I can only buy 3 volumes, so let's say I would buy Dreaming Sun, Seraph of the End, and The Water Dragon's Bride. But I know that I want Yona of the Dawn, Love and Lies, and Love is Hard for an Otaku. And I would have to think about how I haven't bought the 10th volume of Yona of the Dawn. So I would go back and I would figure out how much Yona of the Dawn, blah 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 blah, is going to cost me, and how much I have money, if this makes any sense. So my list would end up being my priorities for this month, next month, and the month before, because I haven't bought Yona of the Dawn Volume 10 yet. And then I can start looking at my medium priorities, if that's the case. And if I've got all the medium priorities that I'm really like, yes, I have to get them, I can move on to my top priorities of series that I haven't started yet, or completed series, or series that I'm just trying to catch up with. Because I do prioritize new manga like releases over older ones at the moment. Sometimes I don't do this, so I don't feel comfortable showing you my actual wish list for March, because it's on a page with all my bills and goals, personal goals. So I've just written up this mock one. So let's just say these are the 5 volumes of manga that I really want to get in March. If I still have money after looking at my March and then my February and my April, I'll go onto this list and I'll grab what I came from this list, again prioritizing what would be most important to me. So let's just say Kitchen Princess, which is quite an expensive volume, was most important to me. That might be the only thing I can get. So I get Kitchen Princess and my new releases. Now, I don't know if this is making any sense to you. So if I don't feel like getting anything from my new releases and I don't know what to get, I flip to my manga wish lists, which are just general. I want to start these manga and I do them by genre. So I've got shoujo, josei, shonen, seinen, yaoi, and yuri. So let's just say I feel like a more seinen series, more adult, I go over there. If I want to try a Yuri series, which I've never bought a Yuri series, but there are a few that I'm considering trying, I will go down here and think I want to try something new, I'll try a Yuri. This is not the only way that you can organize your manga. This is just how I decided to, because sometimes it just made most sense to me. You can do it by other genre like comedy, romance, action. That might work best for you, or just putting it all on one list might work better for you. Who knows? It's up to you. It's a personal preference. And then I also have my manga to complete or catch up on in 2018 list, and I've left room to add more just in case I complete these. But yeah, so I also will put this into consideration. If you've seen my last haul, last two hauls I think, you can tell that I'm really focusing on Sarah of the End, and I'm almost caught up with that, which is great. And then again, I have my top manga series to start. So if I just nothing on my new releases is really catching me and I don't know what to get, I'll go over here. These are the series that I want to start. If I want something new, I'll look here. Also for light novels, I'm making a list of light novels that I really want to read, and I will go there if I feel like reading a light novel, buying a new one. So yeah, that's just about everything, I believe. I think that's everything. I don't think there's anything more to explain. So to summarize, just really focus on, just make sort of a priority list for yourself. This may not work for you. You might only buy your manga secondhand, so you just buy deals when you can. But I don't really buy secondhand manga, not because I don't like to, but because it's not really available in my country. I'll buy secondhand manga when it is available in my country, and I will readjust my budget and my list to fit it in. But most of the time, I'd rather have my newer manga versus these other series, because I only have a certain amount I can buy. I really want to read these ones, and yes, that's a really good deal, but I don't feel like reading them right now, and I know that might sound silly to some people, but I want to buy the manga that I'm excited to read now. That's what I want. I can only afford a little bit of manga right now, and I want to buy the stuff that I'm really excited about. So yeah, that's just about everything. Prioritize, budget, plan. Don't just impulse buy. Impulse buying is horrible. Before I started doing this, I would not think about what was coming out. And I'd go, oh, I really want to buy Blackbird. And I'd buy the whole box set of Blackbird. And then it would come to the end of the month, and 3 volumes of manga that I really wanted would come out. And I didn't have the money to buy them. And I would be like, shit, I really want these. And then I would just buy them anyway, and it would impact on other things, and I'm really, really bad at saving money and not spending money. Spending money is really hard for me. I love to spend money. So budgeting out really helps me. It saves me from horrible, horrible things. So yeah, that is everything for today's video. Let me know if you found this helpful. Let me know how you plan and track yours. And don't forget to check out M3R Seriousness video if you want to see how someone does this digitally. She does a lot less than I do. She just tracks her new releases in the manga that she most wants. But for me, I love to make lists. I have lists in here of like the horror movies that I want to see, and the comedies and the animated movies, and the makeup I want to buy, and the DVDs I want to buy, and blah 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 blah. So I make a lot of lists. I am crazy with the lists. So if you're not crazy with the lists, you probably won't be interested in doing something like this. But this really works for me. So if you were struggling to not buy a whole shit ton of manga and then go, I didn't really want this, try this out. Just do March and April. Look at your new releases, give it a try, and let me know how that works out for you. You can always let me know how it works out on Instagram. Don't feel too shy to instant message me if you want to. I know some people say, I'm sorry to bother you. Trust me, you're never a bother. If you were a bother, I just wouldn't reply, but I always reply to everyone. So yeah, feel free to let me know if you try this out. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling. This is the second time I filmed this video, and last time I deleted it because I rambled too much. So yeah, bye!